Okay, so we're here today with a client who's just come through the Head to Heart program, Diana. Hi, Diana.
Hi.
Diana's from the UK, and I just wanted to share a little bit about Diana's experience of where she was, where she came into the program, and where she is now. So, Diana, maybe we could start there. Like, where was it that you were before you came into the Head to Heart program?
Um, I've been going through a really stressful time, awful lot of things happening, just to do with family, really. And I was finding life quite challenging. I had a lot of tension generally, and I was looking for something that would be a way to support me through the situation, and something I could take forward to have a fuller experience generally. The biggest thing for me really was how I was responding to my situation in a very emotional way and not in a terribly constructive way. So the other thing I was looking for was a way to feel more grounded, more centered, and connect with a more authentic version of myself, so that I wasn't responding purely in a cerebral way. I was responding from a deeper part of myself, and I hadn't been able to find that. I've tried all kinds of things. I've tried meditation, I've tried all sorts of different approaches, and I'd never really got on with meditation as a practice, so I figured I was a lost cause, really, but there you go. Turns out that's not true.
Yeah, and then we connected via Skype. And what were some of the hesitations that you initially had? Like, who's this weird guy from Australia? Is this going to work for me? Like, what were some of the hesitations you had?
Okay, well, that whole weird guy from Australia thing, that was definitely a big consideration. But that aside, I wasn't really sure what it was that you were offering. And I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to help me, if it was going to help me at all. I had enormous reservations because I've tried so many things before. I was concerned about making any kind of investment because I had other things that were going on anyway. And I really thought, well, if I commit to doing this and then find it's not what I need, that's just a waste of my energy, my time, my resources. And so it was quite a big deal for me to take a step forward and go, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, and then you took that leap of faith, so to speak, and you committed, and you came into the program, 6-week journey. Inside the program, like, what were some of the things that some of the techniques, for example, that you felt really resonated with where you're at and where you wanted to be?
It was very interesting. The second technique, breathing into the heart space, I found that really interesting because it made me aware of what's happening to me physically, which was I had pain in that area. And apart from the fact that I decided I was probably going to die, it was more, it was feeling that and recognizing that it wasn't entirely a physical problem, recognizing that I had other things going on, and the feelings that I had were just kind of collecting in my heart space rather than dissipating. So actually following that through, and then just following the kind of sequence through the weeks allowed me to release that feeling. So ultimately, I no longer have that. There is still a residual feeling there, but I don't have the pain anymore. And for me, that's actually been quite liberating, because instead of thinking, well, you know, have I got something wrong with me, I've recognized that what was happening was more on an energetic level, that I was blocked, and I needed to give myself the inner space so that I could function and allow more, and not try to kind of make things happen or make things different. So that, and the kind of, I'm trying to remember if it's the fifth one, the pole.
Yeah.
That actually, the two of those are the ones that have sat with me most comfortably. Others are still taking a little bit of work, but it's worthwhile, because there is a deceptive simplicity to this whole system. Simplicity because it's easy to go, it's step 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just do these things, and then, you know, Bob's a relative. But it's in the practice that you recognize the depth of it and the truth of it, and I want to say the heart of it. Because once you're actually doing these things, and it's something that you carry with you, it's not something that you simply sit down in a corner and do and then get on with the rest of your life. It's something that sort of sits with you the whole time. So you can do these things almost anywhere, in almost any situation, and in almost any environment. So whether, some of it would probably require more practice, but whether you're in a quiet room or a crowded space with a lot going on, you still have the opportunity to access the heart space and to breathe into that space and to allow what's in there out. So learning these techniques, although they seem simple, and I'm still learning, although they seem simple, they become quite profound.
Yeah, and what has been some of the profound results that you've noticed in your life, like in your day-to-day life?
That's an interesting question. I think it's allowed me to sit with the difficulties I'm currently dealing with in a better way. Yeah, I mean, life is always challenging, and some things are more challenging at the moment than perhaps they need to be. But it's given me a sense of being able to step back and acknowledge the truth of who I really am, rather than become immersed in the day-to-day stuff. And being able to do that has allowed me to be calmer. And also a little bit more considered. I think what this does is it slows things down. So there is an opportunity to allow the words to come out rather than simply respond from your brain. There's a sort of a deep truth that can come out, but only if you allow it to. So for me, it's initially it was meant to be a coping mechanism, and it's become something I have to keep reminding myself to do. But each time I do it, each time I go through the different techniques or whatever I'm doing at that moment, it gets a little bit easier, and it makes more sense, and it becomes, there's more peace in everything, really.
Well, it's a pretty big shift, like in 6 weeks to go from all the busyness of the mind into that peace, calm of the heart.
It's a huge shift, and I didn't realize how much I'd shifted until I actually just spoke about it now, to be honest. Because you don't notice as you're changing. You don't actually notice because all of you is changing. So I suspect there's a long way for me to go, but I'm very glad to have got to this point and being able to recognize that more is possible, and to have acknowledged that part of myself that I probably haven't allowed out for a very long time.
That's really beautiful, Dana. And what would you say to someone who might be on the fence? Like, is this something that's going to resonate for me? Should I do this program? Is this going to be a waste of time? What would you say to someone sitting on the fence?
That's the kind of question it's not always easy to answer. People sort of ask these questions in this situation. What would you say to someone else? For me, I had a sense that if I didn't do this, I'd regret it. And the more I hesitated, the stronger that feeling became. So I would say if someone is thinking about doing this and they're not sure, sit with it and notice whether you're being drawn in that direction in some way, because that is that part of yourself that wants to express itself. It is from within you. It's not in here that the answer lies. So although this is for everyone, there will be some people who don't follow through. But for those who feel drawn and aren't certain, I'd say it will surprise you. It will surprise you. Not least because this isn't about David. This is about you and your journey and your experience. And he provides the most amazing support. And the interaction is always very gentle. There's no forcing, there's no pushing, there's no sense of having to. It's just encouragement and support, and it is a very gentle and very gentle experience that will take you into a place where you feel so much better.
Yeah, and I think we spoke a number of times that you can't force the heart, you can't rush the heart. It's just not possible.
What I thought was interesting also was the side where you start to get a dialogue with the heart, and in annotating that and allowing the heart to speak, there is a sense of connecting with a deep part of yourself. So if someone is searching for truth, if they're looking for answers, if they're looking for a way forward, this is an incredibly gentle, life-affirming way to do it that doesn't involve any magic tricks. It doesn't involve anything that you don't already have. You have everything you need. It's just somebody going, do it this way. And that is what, for me anyway, that is the joy of it, and the simplicity is what makes it work so well.
Okay, beautiful, Dan, and thank you for sharing your experience. And it's been such a pleasure working with you over the last few weeks, and pleasure. And if you are on the fence and you're thinking, or your head's thinking, should I do this, should I not, should I come into the program, should I not, blah, blah, blah. Just take that time to tune into your heart and see what's there. Is the pull, like Dana was saying, is that pull to explore this further, or is it not to? You can listen to your heart as well. Like, what does it say about moving forward into this space? And have the courage to trust that, and if that pull is there to come forward, to move forward into this heart space, then book a call. Just pick a date at a time, a short questionnaire, and then we'll connect on Skype one-on-one to see if this journey is for you. So thank you for watching this video. Is there any other final words, Dana, before we wind up, that are coming through?
When you move through the world with an awareness of your heart, you notice people in a different way, and even the most trying moments can become gentler and softer. So it's definitely worth exploring. At least have a chat with David and find out what this is all about, and if it feels like the right thing in your heart, if you feel drawn to do it, I would say do it. Because life is very short, and if you find something that is simple but profound, then that is probably where you need to be. And this is simple but profound.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Dana. So if that pulls there, just schedule a time with me, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.